Hello and greetings, fellow StarCrafters. PGL Mildcraft here with a 1 versus 1 between the blue Terran player FnaticFenix here and the purple. Apparently they paused the game because of some lag. And the purple Protoss player GosuHwangsin. Gosu, of course, because he's awesome. GosuHwangsin, the purple Protoss player, right here on the top left corner of the map. This map is Shakuras Plateau. It is the new ladder version of Shakuras Plateau, which means the backward expansions you get in from the main section by going through the rocks here and here, instead of the rocks leading to the main base like the original version of the map. Now, our opponents are in cross positions here, and so I would say that most likely the strategy is going to be a gasless fast expand for the Terran, and I would say, I mean, depending on the Protoss might do some sort of 3-gate pressure build. I kind of doubt we'll do a 4-gate all-in, but it's certainly possible on this map, especially since the Terran players like to go econ-heavy builds. If you are able to 4-gate successfully and deal a lot of damage there, then you're able to take a very early lead and or just win the game if the Terran player doesn't defend absolutely perfectly in the beginning. Also, of course, with the Protoss could do a 1-gate fast expand or even something like a 3-gate kind of pressure build. We'll see exactly what they're doing in the next couple of minutes and whether or not they're going to go ahead and get a gas. We do see an early scout coming up from the Protoss. Protoss like to test early scouts. We do in fact see a gas, so he won't be going gateway into Nexus or anything like that, which is fairly rare anyway. Generally, if you're going to do that, you would go a Nexus first kind of strategy, which he's decided not to pursue in this particular match. So he is in fact taking a gas. He could be very well doing the gases fast expand. You see the probes going the wrong way and checking close positions first. I mean, it kind of depends on which position you want to take. Some people decide to grab the cross positions first just to check, just to see exactly where they are. And you can't spawn up and down on the same position, so that's why they're not checking the same length of them. They're going straight across the map first. And it looks like the SCV is actually going to get there first because he scanned the correct direction. We do see the cybernetics core coming up for the Protoss player, and a second gas as well. So he will be doing a somewhat gas-heavy build. Meanwhile, the probe has arrived. Marine's going to go and chase him out of there. Probably not going to get the kill. Just barely, and the probe's gonna, get far away from the cliffs if the Marine's not able to get another shot off and take it out. So the probe will be getting back. We do see a tech lab coming down, which means there's not going to be any sort of super fast expansions. Do we see? Yep, I was going to say if we see a Reaper. Reaper is a sign that most likely Phoenix is going to be going for an expansion build. The reason for that is that Reapers are often able to scout, provide valuable information, and just kind of tell you what your opponent is going. And they also, can do a little bit of harassment. They can kill probes. And actually, the Marine got out of position that the probe was able to get back in. So that was definitely a mistake on the part of FnaticFenix. He definitely should have had his Marine in position to be able to take out the probe. No matter where it's hiding. But the probe's definitely going to be taken out now. Scoot and shoot there. But the probe, if he was watching the probe, he was probably able to see the Reaper. He might have suspected it anyway. But here's the command center going down. As a result of the Reaper build, and then we've got Marauder and Marauder slow. That'll definitely be able to slow down any sort of Protoss attacks. No pun intended, of course. Marauder slow is just incredibly useful against Protoss because Marauders are good against Stalkers on their own, just because they deal so much damage to armored targets. And you see that the Stalkers are already in position to try to deal with any sort of Reaper. The Terran players are setting an SCV on the bottom, and the Reaper's just going to wait. So I think he's waiting for the Stalker to clear with the SCV. And then, nice force field, trapping the SCV there, and able to take it out. Very nice job on the part of GosuHwangsin. And we actually do see 4 gateways right now, so it looks like he is going for a 4-gate. He's decided that he just wants to end this game as quickly as possible. We should see a probe coming out soon, actually. This is a 2-gas 4-gate, though. I'm thinking he doesn't want to do this into expansion. I don't know why he'd get the 4th gateway into an expansion. But he does have 400 minerals saved. That could just be for the first line of Warpins, as Warpgate is about to finish. So I would say he's definitely doing an aggressive 4-gate, though I'm not sure why he hasn't started moving out and taking advanced positions. Maybe it's because he doesn't have control of the watchtowers, so he's not quite sure what Terran forces look like. And maybe he just is getting expansion. Maybe he just decided to get the 4th gateway for security purposes. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. I wonder if he's trying to change his mind here. We see actually a little bit of advance, and we see that the Marauders very quickly take out that first Stalker. Meanwhile, there are 6 sentries on Wangsin's side. Unfortunately, able to trap a Marauder and able to take that Marauder out. I don't believe that his vision got far enough to be able to see whether or not there would have been an expansion there, but it looks like now Hwangsin's going to go ahead and move out with the 4-gate, and we should see several more bunkers. Yep, we see several more bunkers coming up at the front of Phoenix. These bunkers, at least one of those bunkers will be finished before Hwangsin gets there. However, there's going to be a lot of units and a lot of sentries, and sentries are particularly good against bunkers, not only because they can Guardian Shield against any of the Marines inside, but also because they can Force Field the outside to prevent them from being repaired. We do see a pylon being placed right there. Able to take that probe out, and actually the bunker's just finishing just in time. He actually put an SEV inside, wants to drop him out and start repairing that bunker. Looks like Hwangsin's just going to go back, and he's going to wait for another line of warpins. Meanwhile, he's going to put another pylon in range of the high ground, so if he gets any units past this little blockade, he's actually going to be able to do it. And actually, Phoenix should probably withdraw a lot more SCVs right now. He needs about almost all of his SCVs to be repairing. See, if they're already in position, he could have done a decent amount of repairing on that initial bunker. No one else is able to fit in that bunker. They're able to take that bunker out right away. Meanwhile, nobody's building that bunker. You should probably put an SCV on that bunker. He's just going to keep repairing this current bunker, and it looks like those force fields are actually being a bit of an impediment, but he needs even more SCVs. I don't know why Phoenix didn't pull his SCVs in time. He knows his opponent's going for a heavy attack. He might have suspected a gateway build, a 3-gate pressure build, but it looks like this is just too many forces, and he's actually going to have to lift off and back into this base, or hide with the command center, and he's actually just going to GG because he just doesn't have enough units to defend against it. I don't know why he didn't pull his SCVs. He had an expansion to his opponent's no expansion. He didn't know for sure that his opponent didn't have an expansion, but he did see all of the units, and he did see the incredibly fast aggression, and it wasn't just kind of a 3-gate pressure build. Like, this was a lot of units very committed. He definitely should have sniffed out that it was a 4-gate. He should have pulled almost all of his SCVs from his main base as well a lot earlier, so that they could have been doing a lot of repairing on the bunkers, and even if he could have potentially built some extra bunkers up here in case he had to abandon the low ground. And, you know, to be honest, he probably could have abandoned this right away. He already had the bunkers there, so he had to defend it, but if he just abandoned that and defended this easier to defend ramp up here, it would have been a lot more successful. So Fnatic, defending incorrectly, was in fact taken out. He did do a gasless fast expand, but he did do a very fast expand, and Hwangsin was able to just take him out with a 4-gate, and we're moving on to game number 2. This is PGL Milncraft signing off.